Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, sampler review series of videos I do for the while. I go over there, try food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff. Then, folks, I'm going to talk about stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie. I sure hope I can remember the name this time because this is the second time I've tried to do this review. Woo! But anyway, folks, it's a super simple format. I'm going to go over there. I'm going to try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm going to go over there. I'm going to yammer on about for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside the truck. And whilst I'm doing all that, I'm wearing a super cool shirt. Folks, why I wear super cool shirts? I always like to highlight super cool shirt. Super cool shirt am I wearing today? Boom! It's my Godhead shirt. Look at it. It's glorious. Ha ha ha. Actually, if I'm entirely honest with you, Godhead, by the way, they're phenomenal industrial metal / rock band. Came up in the 90s, made it to, I want to say like the very early 2010s, but I could be wrong, might have been a little bit before that. Absolutely love them, been one of my favorite bands ever since high school. If I'm entirely honest though, this is the only, well, okay, I have 3 shirts of theirs. 2 I got years ago because I was part of their street team, back when street teams were still a thing. Street teams were when you would go over there and you would like sign up to like a fan club or a website or whatever, and they basically give you promotional material to go over there and, give to people and put on stuff. And they gave me a couple free shirts. Only problem was, one of them was a medium and the other one was large. And even in my less fat days, large wasn't going to cut it. So this is the only shirt of theirs I have that I can fit. And while I appreciate that aspect tremendously, I'll be honest with you, it's not my favorite design ever. It's, it works. But, man, it's like, because it's an album cover, that's the design. It's like, man, I love one from, like, 2,000 Years of Human Error, At the Edge of the World. Those are kind of, but it's, you know what, I love it, though. And, if I don't have any videos or anything of Godheads that I can direct you to, I mean, except for their official stuff, but I have actually seen their lead singer, Jason Charles Miller. I've seen him perform live a few times. Well, once. I do have some videos of his performance. But anyway, what am I trying for you today, folks? Why did I forget the name last time? I don't know. But it's from Starbucks because it's boom, it's this thing. And then boom, it's this thing. What is this? This is their holiday Sugarplum cheese Danish. Woo! Let's get a thing. Woo! Yeah! They even warmed it up for me. And I have it on good authority from the lady behind the counter that this is like the best thing that they have had pretty much since she's worked there. I don't know how long she's worked there, but... So, we're going to give it a go. Like, this is one of their holiday items. Why not? That's not bad. That's not bad at all. You definitely would want it warmed up, though. And then cold, it would still work, but it wouldn't have that nice, like, ooey gooiness. It's really tasty. I appreciate that the Danish aspect is almost like a croissant. It's very flaky and buttery. I like that. And the inside, you got the cheese, and then you got, I'm guessing, what is like a plum sauce, basically. Surprisingly, the plum sauce isn't super flavorful. I think the cheese is doing most of the work, and the plum sauce is just kind of giving it a little something. But it's nice. Plum is an underrated flavor. It's not one of those things you don't think about it too much. Mountain Dew has a plum flavor. It's exclusive to Circle K. I reviewed it. Go look up that review. I cannot remember what the name of the Mountain Dew was, though. But go look up my entire playlist called Mountain Dew Madness. Go look it up there. Yeah, I like this. It's nice, it's easy to eat. Cost me about $5. But it's Starbucks, so, there you go. Yeah, I like it. I mean, it's kind of an interesting twist on something that most people have had. I mean, cheese Danishes are pretty universal. I love a cheese Danish. I'm a big fan. Back when I did my run at my gas station job. That was one of my favorite treats to grab from the shelves at night sometimes. Yeah, this is a good one. I'm not gonna say it's the best cheese Danish I've ever had. It's not. But I've never had cheese Danish with plum. So it definitely gets big points for that. But it's nice. It's warm. It's, it's a nice little sort of breakfast holiday treat. And I can get down with that. Even though at the time I'm doing this, we still haven't celebrated Thanksgiving. So I do feel like the Christmas stuff, it's a bit preemptive. And I've talked with some people. I got one friend on Facebook who, he's a big fan of the Christmas holiday. And he's like, people need to stop bitching about, people celebrating Christmas so early. I mean, to be fair though, as long as I'm not hearing the Christmas music, which I haven't yet, I can live with it. I mean, we get peppermint mocha stuff and things, so I'm okay with it. And this is good. I like it. Again, it's not the best cheese Danish I've ever had, but I think overall, especially warmed up, it's nice. Genuinely. I think the exterior of it, I think the pastry is nice. I appreciate the sort of contrasting flavors. You get that little bit of that sweet tartness from the cheese, and then, kind of a sweet fruitiness from the plum. It's nice. Only thing I will say, if you're expecting a shitload of plum flavor, not so much. There's some there, but overall, I mean, I like it. 2 questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? I'm going to go with yes and yes. I think for me personally, it plays into the fact that I like a cheese Danish. And if I can get like a unique cheese Danish that I can't get most of the rest of the year, now that, again, it is about $5. That does make it hurt a little bit, whereas like you can go to a gas station and get a, not a great cheese Danish, but a serviceable cheese Danish for like $2. So, but I think for what it is, especially within the Starbucks pantheon of various treats that they've had available, I don't know if it's the best one I've ever had. I don't know if I quite agree with the nice lady behind the register, but it's a good one. It's genuinely good one, and it's memorable. It's something that I will take with me. It's one of those things where if anybody were to ask, I don't know why anybody would, hey, is there anything good at Starbucks right now? I'd be like, well, actually, if you're willing to pay about $5. If I'm recommending it to other people, though, yeah, I still would. I think it's tasty, and again, especially being a seasonal treat, it's always worth a try. Well, with it being a limited time thing, I always try to, I say, yeah, just give it a go. Are you going to be satisfied for the price? I think that is really going to vary person by person. It's not going to be the most filling treat you've ever had. You could definitely spend your $5 better if you want something to fill you up. But, again, I like the uniqueness of it, and I think that if you already enjoy a cheese Danish, there's an interesting play on it. Anyway, 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of the week, monumental rest of the month, spend this rest of your folks. You go over there, have yourselves a truly sugar-plum-tastic rest of your life, because sugar plums are things more in antiquity than now, but I mean back in them thar days and shit, it was like, oh boy, papa, mama, can we please have our sugar plums? Like, no! Get back to the factory! Because the past was terrible. But anyway, final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity to the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do if you can't do it all the time, I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you do, folks. You're trying not to be an asshole. Folks, it's not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole, especially if you lived in, like the Industrial Revolution times. Real easy to be an asshole back then. But folks, when we deal with things in our lives where, situations that are stressful, frustrating, etc., it's important we go over there, take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives, hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, whatever the season may be when you go over there and you watch this, I personally hope that you have a wonderful, entirety of your year, your decade, your life, all that good stuff, People go over there and they say, oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to, wish you a happy birthday. Folks, as long as you aren't wishing me ill, we're cool. I just assume that you want the best for me. You don't need to say it. But at the same time, some people do really care about that stuff. It's important when you can try to make that extra effort. I personally am absolutely dog shit terrible at contacting people on their birthdays and stuff like that, because for me personally, I prefer when people don't contact me. I just want to go watch kung fu movies and eat a pizza. That's usually what I do. But, you know, if it matters to somebody, that's why I went over there. I had it still in my phone to this day. Go over there and I have my the date of my mom's birthday. Get an alarm set every single year just so that I remember, just so that I don't accidentally forget. You know, because that's important. But, you know, like I said, just try to go over there and enjoy the time with your loved ones or by yourself if you're just doing your own thing. That's fine, too. And if nothing else, try not to slip and fall back into Industrial Revolution times. Not a good time. Bye!